Hello everyone, Melody here, mama of 4 in our blended family of 6. Welcome to Homeschool Happy Hour and to our 9th year homeschool end of the year how did it go session. If you are new here, please take a second to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and follow along as we talk all things homeschool. We love curriculum choices, homeschool lifestyle, all the good, the bad, and the in-between. And I love sharing it with all of you and hearing from all of you in the community about your homeschool journey as well. This has been our 9th year of homeschooling, which means we are getting ready to start our 10th year of homeschooling. Crazy. If you've been following along with us, then you have seen that this year has been a shit show. Unfortunately, that is the best summary of the year. But there have been some great things that have happened this year, and we're going to talk through the ups and downs. Last year at the end of the year, I just looked at the curriculum and I shared with you what was good, what wasn't good, what was in between, so that you had an idea of what worked and what didn't for us. This year, while I have parked in front of my shelf of curriculum, as you can see, I'm not really going to go book by book with you like I did before, because this year has been about so much more than curriculum. We did make some curriculum changes, so I will touch on those real quick. For our 9th grader, we switched around a few math things. I've got my math options right here, and she ended up using all of them. We didn't really stick rigidly to one particular math curriculum, and that worked well for her and for our situation this year. As far as science, I've got my science shelf over here. She did do physics like we planned. I think she really enjoyed it. History, my history shelf right here. We did do history of us just like we had planned. We delved a lot more into the presidents than we'd planned, and we didn't do countries and capitals like we had planned. But that's okay, all is well. We're continuing to use history of us and we're happy with it, so that was a win. I did end up getting a Washington State history book from one of our local school districts. She said she really wanted to do it, so she did end up doing a Washington State's history curriculum, which is great if she'll need it in the future. We have checked that box, and it was a curriculum from the school with the work packet from the school, so if they don't accept her credit on that, we will have words. But chances are she won't need them to, because we are planning to continue homeschooling next year and so on and so forth. We did not use our Washington Parks book. I don't even have it anymore. For those of you who do not know, who are new to this channel, my family just moved. And so as a part of that move, I have downsized many things, which has included going through our curriculum. And it is, if we didn't use it, it's out of the way. For health, she did a healthy relationships curriculum that I put together personally. I really liked it. Of course, I liked it. I put it together. She seemed to gain a lot from it, so that was a win. Did I totally just lose track? I was talking about the Washington Parks. Yeah, we didn't do it. We were moving. There was a lot going on, and that just was not something that we could meld into our plans. However, it was her 9th grade year, and looking back over the year at what she did accomplish, she earned 6.5 credits towards high school this year. That included things like, wait for it, that included French, which I have not mentioned. At the beginning of the year, she was going to do ASL and French. Then she was like, no, I just want to do French. So we just did French. She started off with an online program through the school, and she hated it. Like, it was bad. I looked at it too. I hated it too. So we ditched it and we adopted this other curriculum, the complete French, or the perfect French with Dillian. Oh my gosh, I can't talk this morning. Sorry guys. The complete French with Dylan Moreau, which I do have a video reviewing that. She really liked moving to this from that online program, so we will be continuing that next year. Double thumbs up for that one as well. So she earned a French credit, a Washington State history credit, physics, healthy relationships, US history, fitness, pre-algebra, which I know is debatable whether it's a credit or not a credit depending on who you ask. We did Fix-It grammar, which brings me to we set lightning literature aside and we pulled in fix-it grammar, which she enjoyed a lot more. She was also working on her own personal composition stuff, and so I counted that. And last but not least, she has still been involved in piano, so she earned a credit for that. Some of those are half credits, some of those are whole credits, depending on how involved she got in it. So I would call our 9th grade year, as far as academics, a success. As far as our 6th grade year, I looked back at my 6th grade planning video and I'm just looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, self, what are you thinking? We had way too much on our plate, way too much. And I do that, it's a me thing. I tend to over plan. You would think, having done this for a fair number of years, I would have figured out by now not to do that. Less is more, keep it simple. And yet time and time again, I over plan and I overdo. Not next year, my friends, not next year. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe so you can follow along when I talk about what our plans are for next year. But last year, I way overdid. For the most part, the materials that we did stick with, they went really well. She learned a lot this year. I learned a lot this year. And that is more so what this video is going to be about. Yes, curriculum matters. And maybe that is why you're here for this video. But next year will be our 10th year homeschooling. And I feel like after the insanity that our lives have been through since December, oh, got an itch. I feel like it's all brand new to me. I sat down, school is out, I'm not working full time anymore. We've moved into our new house, which we were planning to live with a family member. That didn't work out. So very last minute, we had to try and buy a house, which we were able to do. Thank goodness. I love our new house. I love living in town. Things are going really well and they're balancing out. But I feel like when I sat down to do my planning for next year, I just totally feel unprepared mentally and emotionally. I looked at all the materials in front of me and I was just like, I don't even know what I'm doing. So if you are a new homeschooler and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, I can't do this, hopefully this doesn't discourage you. I'm telling you this so that you know you can do it. We all have those moments where we're like, this is overwhelming, I don't know what I'm doing, this is a lot. Take a breath and just let it be. It's going to be okay. You can homeschool. I can homeschool. I am more capable than I feel in this moment, and I know that because I've been doing it for so long. And I know that while the last year has really tested us in many, many ways, we are going to come through it stronger and better homeschoolers. For starters, my motto for next year is going to be KISS. I don't know if you've heard that before, but that is keep it simple, stupid. I really got to stop over planning, and I very much intend to stop over planning. I don't want to talk too much again about what our plan is, but this last year, the girls did a lot of independent work towards the end of the year, which I think on one hand was good for them. It really helped secure that they know they're capable. On the other hand, by the end of the year, we missed each other. I missed them, they missed me. We're accustomed to spending more time around each other, and we're all very happy that that stage is over and behind us. I will continue to work as a substitute, but no more long-term positions for this mom, because I would rather be here at home with my children and my family than at the school full-time. I mean, hopefully I don't have to do that anytime soon. Between the job loss and the move, and we put our dog down and buying a house last minute, and just the financial storm that is caused from unexpected layoffs and all of that, this year for us has been a lot about survival and just getting through. Our stress levels have been just insane. And so trying to maintain a happy, healthy home when everybody is feeling on edge and stressed. And I know my husband and I are, and I know that that rolls over to the kiddos. And so respecting that and valuing their need to have time and patience. And that we've learned a lot through this process. I don't know that I want to say I'm grateful for it, because I am not there yet. I'm still a little bit salty about it, but I am happy that it worked out the way that it did. I'm grateful that I was able to find that position at the public school that helped get us through financially. I am grateful that we found an amazing house in town. I am grateful that at the end of this all, the kids still want to homeschool, and I am still excited to homeschool them. Some of you might be asking, if you were working full-time, why didn't you put your kids in public school? That was not an option. Definitely not an option for us, not an option for my kids. And so I am grateful to have a husband that helped to make it possible to continue homeschooling. He took on so much more than what he'd normally taken on to help balance out my not being present. And yeah, so despite all there's a lot to be grateful for. The little things, not really grateful that the whole thing happened, but trying to have an attitude of gratitude, my friends. I am actually looking forward to next year of homeschooling. We will have fewer things on our plate, which is good. Last year I started off the year taking some college courses myself, not doing that next year. We started off having 2 exchange students in our home, not doing that next year. Then by the middle of the year, we had all the job shuffle. That's all balanced out, so we don't have to worry about that next year. We had formerly lived 20 miles out of town. Now we are right in the middle of town, which I'm loving, by the way. I have spent the last 20 years of my life living approximately 20 miles out of town. Never again. I'm never doing it again. Some people are into that. I'm not, and I can say with certainty that I tried it for 20 years. And no, not advisable for this gal. I would kind of like to know, how was your school year? And what were your successes? What were your hardships? How did you find your way through that? Another thing that I'm really grateful for is you guys, because I have not been up to date with videos. This channel has definitely taken a back seat through all of that rigmarole, and yet you guys have continued to support my channel and thereby support me and my family, and I thank you so much for that. Just this morning I looked and I hit 3,000 subscribers. I know in the YouTube world that's really small, but in my world that's a lot of people, and I'm really grateful for you guys continuing to support and follow along. Thank you so much for that. Hopefully next time I see you, I will have my video space set up. This was temporary. This is my shelf. I figured since we were talking curriculum, I would just park next to my shelf. I do have a space. It needs some paint and some TLC. So we're gonna see if we can fix that up nicely, and I will catch you later. The motto for this year after the fact has been, you get what you get and you say thank you for it.